Hi guys, welcome to another episode of MrLopezClasses.com. This is the episode number 2 of the chapter 10 dedicated to diesel engine oils and diesel engine lubrication. In this episode we are going to be concentrated in the oils, the quality of the oils, the classification, the type of oils, and some recommendations, personal recommendations related with the oil for diesel engines. In my opinion, the life of the engine depends on the quality of the oil. You can extend the life of any engine, gas or diesel, if you use the appropriate engine, the recommended engine for the manufacturer, and if you replace the engine according with the intervals recommended by the manufacturer, or early if it's possible. I recommend early, and you can improve the performance of the engine and the life of the engine two times, 3 times. Yeah, the secret is the quality of the service, and in particular the quality of the oil. This is one of the elements that avoid the contact metal with metal, avoid the friction. Yeah, the enemy of the equipment, the machines, is the friction in between the parts, in between the metals. With properly lubrication, the fill of oil in between those parts avoid the permanent contact in between the parts and extend the life of the equipment. Alright, well, we are going to check the theory related with the oils. There are basically 2 types of oils, the mineral oil and the synthetic oils. The mineral oil, like the name says, is oil that is coming from crude oil. Okay, and the idea is that this oil is natural. It's coming from crude oil that after a process of refination is separated the oil and other additional additives and components used for other purposes. This is the main function of the mineral oil. The inconvenience in the refination process is that some elements like carbon, sulfur, and phosphorus stay in the oil, and those contaminants produce catastrophic consequences in the future. For example, the most common is the sulfur. The sulfur in the explosion produce sulfur oxides. The sulfur oxides goes outside to the exhaust pipe. When the sulfur oxides is mixed in the environment with the humidity of the environment, the humidity, the water, plus the sulfuric oxide or sulfurous oxide produce sulfuric acid. And the acid is catastrophic. It's catastrophic for the environment because it's highly corrosive and destroys everything. Other example is with phosphorus. The oxide of phosphorus mixed with the humidity produce phosphoric acid. The nitrous oxides. The nitrous oxides mixed with the water produce a nitric acid, other corrosive acid. And the carbon oxide and mixed with the water produce carbonic acid. Not good. This is not good for the environment. For that reason, the mineral oils have the inconvenience that produce too much pollution and create subproducts that are not good for the environment. In opposite to the mineral oils are the synthetic oils. The synthetic oils are excellent because those oils are fabricated 100% in the laboratory. One of the, returning to the previous slide, one of the inconveniences of the mineral oils is that the molecules are not equal. If you see in this picture, the diameter of this one is different like this, because probably this is sulfur and this is phosphorus and this is carbon. Yeah, and that surface is not perfect. There are too much holes in between the molecules, and that oil is propense to foam, to trap bubbles of air. Yeah, because the surface is not perfect and the film is not uniform. The film of oil with mineral oil is not uniform. It's not perfect. If you check in the bottom, the second picture, this one, all the molecules have the same diameter. The film is constant. Is perfect. The seal is better. Yes, the second one is the synthetic and is created in the laboratory. The synthetic oil is a lubricant created with chemical compounds. Artificial is synthetic and is better than the crude oil. It's used like a lubricant, better than the mineral oil. Not all the engines are able to support synthetic oil, especially the older engines. Those engines were designed in order to work with the mineral oils. For that reason, the recommendation is use the oil appropriated. Use the oil recommended by the manufacturer. Only use the oil recommended by the manufacturer. There are oils blended. Right now I am going to explain what is the meaning of that. We are going to check before of that quickly the difference between a synthetic oil versus mineral oil. The synthetic oil is excellent because have a better viscosity at low and high temperature. In both temperatures, keep the viscosity perfect, in good viscosity. The synthetic oil, they have a better stability because the chemical formula is constant all the time. The synthetic oils avoid the evaporation. The synthetic oils are excellent because they have an excellent resistance to oxidation and thermal breakdown. Perfect. The synthetic oils extend the drain intervals and extend the life of the engine, improve the fuel economy, and they have a better lubrication at low temperatures and high temperature, in extreme temperatures. Yeah, in other words, synthetic oils are superior than mineral oils. They are excellent. Of course, the price is higher because it's produced on the laboratory, and those synthetic oils, they have special additives, detergent additives, and other supplements in order to extend the life of the oil and extend the good quality of the lubricity in between the metallic parts. This is one of the excellent properties of the synthetic oils. Now we are going to study quickly the grades of the oil. The grades of the oils is a nomenclature organized by the Society of Automotive Engineers. They established that there are the following viscosities. Viscosities 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, and 60. 60 is the highest viscosity for oils, for motor oils. Those numbers, 0, 5, 10, 25, are basically suffixed by the letter W. The letter W, the meaning of that letter is winter, no weight. Yeah, it's W40 or W30. Is winter. It's not related with weight. The majority of the people think that it's related with the weight. Let me explain what is the meaning of that. There are two types of oils, single grade and multi-grade. Two types of grades, single grade and multi-grade. The single grade, like the name said, is, for example, 0 or 20 or 50 W, all of them, or 60. What is the meaning of that? The viscosity is constant. All the time. All right. All the time. That's not true because depending on the temperature, the viscosity increase or decrease a little. But a good quality oil, single grade, try to keep the viscosity, the same viscosity all the time. Doesn't matter if the temperature is too low or too high. Those oils, those synthetic oils, try to keep the viscosity constant. This is good in some situations, but it's not always good. Let me explain why. Let me explain the multigrade and we do the comparison. The multigrade are, for example, this one that we have on the example, 10W30 or 20W40. What is the meaning of that? They have a variable viscosity. To low temperature, low viscosity. And a high viscosity is because the temperature is high. Okay, this is good because those multigrade oils, for example, we are going to check this example, the 10W30. What is the meaning of that? In the morning, when the temperature is too cold, the grade of viscosity is 10, low viscosity. But when the engine reaches the operational temperature, the viscosity increase at 30. Wonderful. In what moment you need high viscosity? In the morning when you start the engine at the first time, or later when the engine is hot? Yeah, you need low viscosity when you try to start the engine at low temperature, because if you have too much viscosity in the oil, produce too much restriction, too much drag, and it's hard for the engine to start. Yeah, for that reason, in the morning the viscosity should be lower, 10. And when the temperature is higher on the engine, the viscosity should be higher, 30 or 40. This is good. Those synthetic oils, or semi-synthetic, both of them, they have the ability to adjust the viscosity according with the temperature. At low temperature, the level of viscosity is lower, and at high temperature, the level of viscosity is higher. Good. This is excellent. What happened with the single grade? The viscosity is straight 40, straight 50. In what scenario is good? I recommend, for example, suppose that you have an engine that all the time from the beginning, from new one, you use 10W40 or 20W40. Okay, this is good. And right now, the engine have, for example, in your car, in this moment, the engine have more than 150,000 miles. And you see, in some cases in the morning when I start the car, I see a little amount of blue smoke. After that disappear. And also when I am driving my car in the heavy traffic and I stop in the light, when I start again, I have a little blue smoke and once again disappear. Okay, this is an indication. This is an indication that okay, the engine have too much miles, 150,000 miles. And you have a little low compression right now because it's normal, and this is the moment to replace that oil, 20W40, for other oil, single grade, the same brand, the same manufacturer of the oil, but a single grade with a little higher. For example, if you use today 20W40, you can replace for single grade 50. Replace the oil, flush the oil, and replace the oil right now, the same brand. If you use right now Mobil, continue with Mobil, but right now single. Okay, and check what is the difference. Oh, that's better. No blue smoke. I feel the engine better. I feel the sound of the engine better. It's wonderful. Okay, and you can use for other 1 year or 2 years additional with the single grade. Alright, that's clear? Yes, you can go from multigrade into single grade until the engine finishes and you need to rebuild the engine. Can I go that procedure in the opposite way? No, I don't recommend. For example, I have an engine that is using single grade 50W, and suddenly I want to return to multigrade. No, that's not good. If you do that process, if you return to multigrade, immediately you have a blue smoke, a lot of blue smoke, you have leaks of oil, and probably you have other consequence, low compression and high temperature. Now, if your engine is using actually single grade, continue with single grade. Alright? In the opposite, yes. I have an engine with too much miles. I use always multigrade. I visit the dealer replace the oil for multigrade. But right now, I see a little amount of blue smoke. Okay, pass to single grade. and you eliminate that problem. For example, I recommend, if you use right now 10W30, okay, pass to single grade 40 for 1 more year or 2 years, and after that pass for the single grade 50, 1 more, and you have other 2 years. In other words, you can extend the life of the engine using the oils appropriated. But the first recommendation is use the same brand. For me, the most important part in talking about marine engines is check the book. Check the book of service in your boat and verify how is the service in engines and generators, and what type of oil use the engineers or the technician for engines and generators, and try to use the same brand all the time. If that boat use Rotella, for example, I recommend continue with Rotella for the rest of the life for both engines and generators. Never try to switch to other brand. No, I prefer Castrol or Valvoline or Mobil or no. If that boat always use Rotella, continue with Rotella. Oh, the other boat use Mobil all the time. Okay, this is the most important part. Never change the brand of the oil, because each manufacturer use your own detergents, your own additives. Especially the detergents are critical, because when, for example, you have this engine running for 10 years with Rotella, and suddenly you flush the engine, the oil, and you replace for Mobil. Mobil use different detergent. Doesn't matter if the grade is the same. The detergents are different, and probably you introduce leaks because the detergents of the new oil deteriorate the O-rings, the gasket, the seals, and right now you have leaks that you didn't have 2 months ago, those leaks, and right now you have extra leaks on the bilge of your boat. Okay, use the same brand, ask to the previous owner, ask to the previous captain, check the logbook. The logbook is important, and verify how was the service, what type of filters used, and what type of oil is used. If it's possible, use the oil recommended by the manufacturer. This is the rule. Use the oils recommended by the manufacturer, and also the filters. Be careful with the filters. The filter also should be original filters. The aftermarket filters are fabricated with bad quality material in general. There are aftermarket companies with a great reputation, and some of those aftermarket companies supply products to the original manufacturers, and the original manufacturers do the distribution of those parts. That's true, okay? But in general, try to use original oils and original gaskets and original filters, okay? Be careful with that. And other important thing is try to do the service on the engines according with the intervals recommended by the manufacturer. Never try to extend the life of those intervals. No, because I am using another oil with a better performance and I don't need to replace. No, replace the oil sooner. It's better. It's better for millions of reasons. All right. Never try to extend the intervals. No, it's not recommended. Okay. Always flush the engine, the oil complete. Drain the oil complete, and replace the filters, both at the same time. Filters and oil at the same time. When you do the service, replace the oil filters, replace the oil, and replace the air filter. The air filter is more important for me. The air, if you clog it, the air is good for you? No. The air filter is critical. If the air filter is clogged, what happens if the air filter is clogged? What happens with the mixture in the combustion chamber? That mixture becomes rich and you have black smoke. That's not good. And if you use the engine with a clogged air filter, the performance of the engine decreases dramatically. All right? Change the air filter at the same time that you change the oil filter. This is very, very important. I have another slide here in order to check this comparison with the single grade and the multi-grade. In this particular example, this is a straight 30 single grade, and this is a 15W40 multigrade, and this is a straight grade 30. Right? This is a multigrade, and this is single grade. Once again, if you want to pass from multigrade into single, use the same brand. If you are using a mobile, continue with mobile in single grade. Never switch the manufacturer. This is not recommended. Okay. All right. Let me I verify a couple of numbers commonly used for specifications or motor oils for diesel engines. One of the numbers is the TBN, total base number, TBN. And the TBN basically measure the alkalinity of the oil, the alkalinity. Okay, the diesel fuel contaminants degrade the sulfur and produce sulfuric acid. Yeah, that's true. Be careful with the sulfur, the phosphorus, the carbon, and the nitrous. The higher the number of the TBN is better in order to neutralize the ability to produce acids. Remember, the recommendation is to stay in the middle. No, not too much acid, not too more alkalinity. We are going to talk about that number specifically in the book of corrosion, and we are going to study the definition of alkalinity and acidity. Both scenarios are no good. Too much acidity is excessively corrosive, and too much alkaline is, both of those extremes are not good. Oh no, it's better alkaline, it's better acid. No, try to stay in the middle. For that reason, the TBN number is the measure to reserve alkalinity, and the other number is in relation with the acidity, the TAN, total acid number. The TAN is in companion to the TBN, measure the acidity of the oil. Okay, the higher of the acidity number, more acid is the oil. Always use motor oils for diesel engines with the same TAN number and TBN number recommended by the manufacturer. This is very important. When you buy the oil, in the back of the gallon of the oil, you found the TBN number and the TAN number for that oil. And of course, you verify with the manual, with the service manual of your engine, what is the TAN number and TBN number recommended for the manufacturer in order to replace the oil. And those numbers indicate the ability to neutralize high acidity or the ability to neutralize high alkalinity, both of them. Be careful with those. With those numbers are very important. Okay, blended oils. I don't recommend. Blended oils is a mixture in between synthetic with the conventional based oil. No, those oils are not recommended for any type of engine. Doesn't matter if it's marine or automotive. No, it's not recommended. Be careful with those cheap oils that you found in some gas stations or supermarkets. Cheap oils with that number, that name, blended oil, because those oils are used oils that the people collect from the garage, from the shops, in barrels, and they pass for different type of filters. They clean those oils and they added additives and colorants, and they sell again those oils like original oils or good oils for some purposes, but really those oils are no good. Let me explain why. When you visit a shop, any shop dedicated to repair engines, automotive or marine, those shops, they use oil in containers, in barrels, and they mix it all the oils, transmission oil with motor oil, with hydraulic oil, with brake oil, all of those oils in the same container. And the guys dedicated to produce those blended oils, they collect those barrels, they buy those barrels, and they clean that oil and put different colorants in different containers. They added red colorant and they sell that oil like a transmission, ATF, automatic transmission fluid. They added a yellow colorant and they sell those oils like a motor oil, engine motor oils. And they put other colorant and they say like, that's not good because it's the same oil, but quality is a mixture of different oils with colorants. Never, 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 under any condition, use in your car, in your motorcycle, in your boat, never use those cheap oil that you found it on the gas stations or any type of market. Be careful with those blended oils. This is not good for the engines. Thank you.